So let's talk about the story of artificial intelligence. It feels like it just appeared out of nowhere, right? But its journey has actually been decades in the making. It's a story of huge ambitions, some pretty crushing setbacks, and then a breakthrough that changed absolutely everything. Let's dig into how we got from a simple dream to the powerful force that's, well, reshaping our entire world.
It really does feel like magic, doesn't it? But it's not. It's AI, and it's so deeply woven into our daily lives that honestly, we barely even notice it anymore. It's how your phone unlocks with just a glance, how your music playlist seems to read your mind, or how search results pop up before you've even finished typing. AI is this invisible engine just running in the background of your life.
And it's not just the little things. I mean, we're talking about virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa understanding what we're saying, cars that can literally drive themselves, and now generative models like ChatGPT that can write and code and create in ways that felt like pure science fiction just a few years ago. Yeah, this explosion of what AI can do feels super sudden, but its roots go way, way back. It's a story packed with brilliant minds, massive dreams, and some pretty major bumps in the road. And here's the thing, to really understand where AI is going, we have to understand where it came from. Okay, so our story starts back in the mid-20th century. Computers were brand new, super exciting, and a handful of researchers had this bold, almost sci-fi dream. They asked, what if we could build a machine that could actually, think? And you could pretty much call this AI's official birthday. It was 1956 at Dartmouth College, where a group of scientists gave this crazy new field its name, artificial intelligence. And their goal was radical. I mean, truly out there. It wasn't just to make machines calculate faster, but to make them reason, learn, and solve problems just like a person. The leap in complexity between then and now it's just staggering. Early AI was clever, for sure, but simple. It basically just followed a strict set of rules someone programmed into it, kind of like a chatbot that could mimic a conversation without understanding a single word. Now, compare that to modern AI, which can spot your face in a crowd or understand the subtle tone in your voice. It's a completely different ballgame. But there was a problem, a big one. The ambition was through the roof, but the technology just wasn't there yet. Computers were painfully slow and cost a fortune. The grand promises of these thinking machines just couldn't be kept. And as a result, all the funding, all the interest, it just dried up. This period of cold, hard reality became known as the AI winter. But you know how it goes. After the winter, a new spring was just around the corner. A fundamentally different way of thinking was about to thaw out the frozen landscape of AI and set the stage for the revolution we're living through right now. And this was the game changer. Instead of programmers trying to write millions of if-then rules for every single possibility, which is, impossible, the new idea was totally revolutionary. Stop giving the machine the rules. Instead, just show it thousands and thousands of examples and let it figure out the patterns for itself. It's like teaching a kid to recognize a cat. You don't list the rules, you just show them a bunch of cats. This was the birth of machine learning. And then, in 1997, the whole world got a front row seat to see just how powerful this new way of thinking could be. IBM's computer, Deep Blue, defeated the reigning world chess champion Garry Kasparov. This wasn't just about crunching numbers. Deep Blue had learned strategy by analyzing countless games, which let it make moves that the best human player on the planet couldn't even see coming. It was a massive moment. That victory was really just a sign of things to come. With the rise of the internet came big data, and with faster computers, machine learning was no longer just some niche research project. No, it was the key that unlocked the AI explosion of the 21st century. Just look at this timeline to see how fast things started moving. It took over 40 years to get from an idea to a chess master. Okay, then just 14 years to win at Jeopardy, a game all about language and nuance. 5 years later, mastering Go, a game that's way more complex than chess. And then, only 6 years after that, boom, ChatGPT puts this power into the hands of millions. The gaps are shrinking. The pace is just breathtaking. So what does this all add up to? Well, it means AI can now see, hear, and strategize in ways that can actually surpass human ability. It can find a needle in a digital haystack made of massive amounts of data. And maybe the wildest part of all, it can communicate and create in a way that feels startlingly human. Understanding this whole journey from that initial dream to today's reality is so important because this story is far from over. This technology is now at a point where it can help us tackle some of our biggest challenges. It's moving from playing games to actually changing the world. So what's next on the horizon?
The next chapters are already being written right now. In healthcare, AI is promising earlier disease detection and medicine that's truly personalized to you. In transportation, the goal is safer roads with smarter, autonomous cars. In factories, it can automate dangerous jobs, literally saving lives. But maybe the most crucial frontier is governance, figuring out how we balance all this incredible innovation with safety and responsibility. That's the big one.
You know, when you zoom out and look at the whole thing, it's an amazing story. It's a journey that started with a simple question: can a machine think? And it's gone through these periods of huge excitement and deep disappointment. But it all led to the world we live in today, a world that is actively being shaped by this very technology. So, that leaves us with a pretty powerful question. The dream of the 1950s? It's our reality now. This incredible technology is in our hands. So what should we dream up next? That's the question for all of us to answer. Thanks for joining us.